Bulginaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing these crimes, report them immediately.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter.
We host the Traffic Jam Show on City FM.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Do the right thing.
In this bulletin, Ratu Naingama appointed new opposition leader. Charged opposition MPs claims rejected. And research reveals 28% students bullied in some way.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Ateda Lendua.
Tui Vakau Ratu Naingama Lalambalavu is the SODELPA parliamentary leader and the new opposition leader. SODELPA caucus conducted a vote this morning where Ratu Naingama received 14 votes and party leader William Ngavoka received only 5 votes. Linda Tambuya, who conducted the vote, abstained from voting, and Sitibeni Rambuka, who is no longer in Parliament, also did not vote. In Parliament, Ratu Naingama's name was nominated by Tuina Mosi Ratu Suliano Matani Tumbua and seconded by Andili Tiangioni Baravi for Leader of Opposition. Only one name was submitted for voting in Parliament this morning.
Honourable members, there being no further nominations, I now declare the Honourable Ratu Naingama Lalambalavu elected as Leader of the Opposition. And I congratulate the Leader of the Opposition.
The nomination of Ratu Naingama Lalambalavu as opposition leader was not unanimous. Opposition Whip Linda Tambuya confirms Ratu Naingama defeated SODELPA leader William Ngavoka when the SODELPA caucus met this morning to choose a nominee. 14 elected SODELPA MPs voted for Ratu Naingama, while 5 votes were cast for Ngavoka. Tambuya adds the SODELPA constitution allows for the elected MPs to choose their leader in Parliament who does not necessarily have to be the party leader. FBC News asked Ratu Naingama on whether there is further division within SODELPA given that it has 2 different leaders.
Well, you're entitled to your own opinion on that, and I will not delve into that much.
SODELPA leader William Ngavoka has welcomed the decision made by the party's caucus to appoint Ratu Naingama Lalambalavu as the new opposition leader. This despite him being a strong contender for the position since Sitibeni Rambuka's resignation yesterday. Speaking to FBC News, Ngavoka says he was not let down by the SODELPA caucus as the party is clear with the demarcation between the 2 roles. He adds Ratu Naingama is an asset to the company with party with a wealth of experience in politics and knows his way around the governance of this country and the Vanua.
I'll be working closely with him on his management of the team in Parliament. We are committed to winning the 2022 elections, and I openly say that because I'm very confident about the way SODELPA is. SODELPA is a very strong brand. Once we resolve some of these issues like this been resolved today, we should be comfortable going forward.
Attorney General Ayaz Said Qayyum says some opposition MPs who have been charged by FICAC are making absurd allegations. 7 MPs have been charged for allegedly lying about their place of residence in order to obtain travel and accommodation allowances, which they were not entitled to. MP Nico Nawaikula has taken to Facebook to say that members of the House being charged is not a genuine democracy, but a salient military government. Said Qayyum says many MPs have been charged in many jurisdictions around the world.
Numerous people actually have been charged. In fact, in UK, MPs have gone to prison as a result of overclaiming allowance. And of course, in Australia, people have also been picked up. These are parliamentary democracies very similar to which we have. In fact, ours has been based on the British system. So I think it's quite silly to do that.
A draft report on a research carried out on 2,000 primary school students reveals that at least 28% of them have experienced 4 or more types of bullying. Several participants have gathered in Suva today to come up with solutions to end the culture of bullying in schools. Ministry of Education Permanent Secretary Angela Jokan says these participants will come up with recommendations to curb bullying in schools. Jokan says due to bullying, a number of students miss classes or drop out of schools altogether.
Verbal bullying, physical bullying, cyberbullying, and gender bullying, which is all very worrying. While the ministry will review and tighten its policies around this occurrences, we need you to discuss the findings and recommend strategies that will help us control and manage bullying in schools better.
The Fiji Kava Task Force is training farmers on quality standards to improve the way kava is produced, harvested and prepared for consumption and export. Chair Vio Veretawatini says kava is consumed widely and its quality should not be compromised. Veretawatini says proper drying of kava remains a challenge for the farmers. He adds farmers need to be aware of the different varieties of kava in the country.
Right now we're teaching farmers how to know the 13 different varieties that exist in Fiji, and we are currently working on developing a manual understanding the different types of 13 varieties and which variety best suit which type of soil.
Up ahead, Jerry Tuwai named Player of the Decade. And Roy Krishna scores for ATK Mohan Bagan.
Oira na ngone no de nunu ena be singa ni mataka.
Mer susunga da ke loma dina ke no mikron.
Sakena ngau na mitaro bina no na baksa ka wala loma taki na ngone. Dalabina oya o meliki.
Bulre oya o Samuel Samuli.
Nama ke rau ena be mataka.
Boniti kina makarombuka.
Ni wai tiri kalima na miniti me ono kina tiri na kaloko. Ena Radio Fiji One nandomo ibiti.
Indaw kina na mataka dan ramai na singabo.
National Sevens rep Jerry Tuwai has achieved another milestone. The Olympic gold medalist was this morning named World Rugby Sevens Men's Player of the Decade. Tuwai was voted as the best ahead of Samisoni Wiriwiri, Michael Pesamino of Samoa, Fiji-born New Zealand Sevens legend Thomas Idama and Tim Mickelson, Springboks Sevens playmaker Cecil Africa, Verna Koch and Sibelo Senatla, and USA speedster Perry Baker. Fiji Rugby thanked fans worldwide who voted for Tuwai and helped him beat some of the famous names of Sevens rugby. Tuwai dedicated his award to all fans.
I know I have lots of respect to the nominees like Cecil and Tim Mickelson. Those two guys really stood the test of time in rugby. And to all the nominees like Rama, Perry Baker, Verna Koch, Senatla, Samson Wiriwiri, I respect them and I adore them. I love them as a rugby player and as a human being.
The Suva Rugby Union wants to make the EFC Junior Escort Shield a yearly event after a positive turnout in the first year. 8 teams in the under-14 and 10 teams in the under-16 grade took part in the inaugural Junior Escort Shield. The final round of the pool matches will conclude on Saturday and the finals will be played next week. Tournament Director Malakai Tueli says the tournament will provide a pathway to these young players to progress to senior teams.
Plan is to have a pathway for the boys. Part of the plan is to keep them engaged in the Super Rugby in terms of the age groups and to see them progress to the under-19 and also the bigger teams. Hopefully this year we're trying to organize them to play against Nandrunga or Nanti.
Fiji football sensation Roy Krishna continues his goal-scoring momentum this season in the Hero India Super League. Krishna scored the lone goal for his ATK Mohan Bagan this morning. However, they lost 2-1 to Jamshedpur. Fiji Bowling has begun preparing for 2022 season. After concluding its last tournament of the 2020 bowling calendar, the master pairs has now shifted their focus to the club tournaments and national trips championship next year. Suva Bowling Games coordinator Martin Fong says bowlers can expect a jam-packed season in the new year.
For the bowls calendar, that's the last tournament of the year. Master Pairs was eventually, it was supposed to be played in August, but then because of the COVID-19 we had to push tournaments forward. So this was the last tournament for the year in the bowls calendar, and we're going to start again second week of January to prepare for the next national tournament, which is the national trips.
A trough of low pressure with associated cloud and rain affects the northern and eastern parts of Fiji. Another trough of low pressure lies to the north of Fiji. Meanwhile, a moist easterly wind flow prevails over the group. That's FBC News now. Join us again at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. You need news you can trust. Get the facts from FBC's TV, radio and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj, keeping Fijians connected with the truth. Good afternoon.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही हैं।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हमसफर। शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर।